Should you scout for Arezu and his Suian Lilligant? Are they any good? Guys, this is the very first EX Fair unit to come out in the game. And what the heck is an EX Fair unit? Well, EX Fairs are just, upgraded Poke Fairs. Poke Fairs, max out at 5 out of 5. This Sync Bear maxes out at 5 out of 5 as well. And then you can Super Awaken this Sync Bear to unlock an exclusive passive skill if you Super Awaken her to 5 out of 5. Aside from that, she has another passive skill built into her. So basically, she comes out with 4 passive skills, and you can unlock the 5th passive skill through Super Awakening, just similar to like how Master Fairs work, but different passive skill compared to like Master Fair or Arc Suit rather, not Master Fair. Arc Suit Sync Pairs. A little bit different with the passive skill. We'll tackle that later. But anyway, guys, this Sync Pair also comes out with 2 other Poke Fair units that will be featured in her banner. So she's a grass type, and the Sync Pairs that she'll be featured with are Signisud Acerola as well as Greta and Breloom. Now, I'm not sure if her banner will also contain all other Poke Fairs. All I know is Signisud Acerola as well as Greta will have an increased rate together with her, probably 1% for them, 2% for Arezu. But yeah, just so you know, you can get other Poke Fairs in this banner. So this is a Sprint Sync Pair with an EX roll of Strike. And she has an exclusive Lucky Cookie, which is super duper effective. 3 powers up your attacks that are super effective. Unfortunately, super powered 3 might be better, will be better, because super duper effective 3 only applies to your regular attacks and not sync moves. Meanwhile, super powered 3 applies to both regular attacks as well as sync moves. So I do not see any purpose giving her super duper effective 3. But anyway, guys, let's take a look at what she can offer with her kit right now. At level 140, her attack is 380. Special attack is also 380. Her defenses are similar to like a Tech Sync Pairs. HP stat is pretty average. Speed stat quite high. And now let's take a look at her passives. As you can see, 4 passives built in, 1 unlockable Super Awakening passive, which is Bold and Stylish Hairdresser. If you Super Awaken her 5 out of 5, you get to lower your sync move countdown at the start of the battle, give you Sinnoh Defensive Circle at the start of the battle, and extend that Sinnoh Defensive Circle. And can you bring in other Sinnoh Defensive Circle? Well, as far as what is written here, you cannot. So I'd rather have Sinnoh Defensive Circle applied at the start of the battle and after my very first sync move. I see a lot of other Sync Pairs having that type of Super Awakening skill. One for entering the battle and another one for using the sync move. And then it will extend the duration. This one does not. So I'm not exactly a huge fan of this one. Anyway, the special EX Fair passive skill is Sinnoh Rush. It will lower your sync move countdown -1 at the start of the battle. And the more allied sync pairs you have with Sinnoh in their theme, you get to lower your sync move countdown even more. To a maximum of, if you have 2 other Sinnoh teammates, you get to lower your sync move countdown -3 at the very start of the battle. Now, if you have any other sync pairs that have Sinnoh Rush as a passive skill, it will ignore only 1. You cannot have 2 Sinnoh Rush sync pairs. It will only take 1, pick 1, So you cannot like lower your sync move countdown -6 just for this one. But if you have 3 Sinnoh sync pairs in your team and you have your Super Awakening unlock, you get to lower your sync move countdown -4 at the start of the battle, which is very interesting. And then third passive skill, or second built-in passive skill, Dance of Yellow Tones. Okay, applies physical move break effect when you physically attack the opponent, and apply special move break effect if you attack the opponent with a special attack. And those attacks are Leaf Storm or Seed Bomb. Now, the last paragraph over the description is kind of confusing. Let me see if I can make educated guess as to how this works. It says only one of these effects can activate once per battle. So if we take this very, very literally, it means that you can only either have the physical move break effect against the opponent if you use Seed Bomb, and then if you use Leaf Storm, it will ignore the special move break effect. It will not do that. And it will only activate once. Like, you can only activate physical move break effect once you use Seed Bomb, and that's it. If you use another Seed Bomb, it will not deal any more physical move break effect or special move break effect when you use Leaf Storm the very first time, and it will not activate again. That's how I interpret by reading this description. But I strongly believe that it will activate either physical move break effect when you use Seed Bomb or Leaf Storm, but you can only choose if you want to use Seed Bomb, if you want that physical move break effect and only that, or, you know, just attack with Leaf Storm the very first time. It will only give special move break effect. But every single time you use Seed Bomb or every single time you use Leaf Storm, you will apply and reapply and reapply and reapply that physical move break effect or special move break effect. That's my guess. But if I read that properly, it only activates once, and you have to choose either physical move break effect or special move break effect. We'll have to revisit this once Arezu really comes out, which is later / tomorrow, so it's not going to be that long. And then Dance of Yellow Tomes. When you attack an opponent with a physical attack, that's Seed Bomb, it will lower the opponent's defense -2, and it will raise your physical moves up next effect +3 stat ranks. That is a 120% in your next Seed Bomb attack. And then special defense for Leaf Storm, and then it will raise your Leaf Storm damage by 120% the next time you use Leaf Storm. Now, Leaf Storm normally will lower your special attack -2, but because of the last passive skill, your stats cannot be lowered, as well as every single attack you attack against an opponent, except if the opponent probably has Vigilance or Critical Shield, everything will be a critical hit. And that's really good, because sync moves, you know, as a strike sync pair, you get to hit everyone. It would be nice to hit everyone with critical attack. But guys, I guess what makes her really special is this buddy move. And this is the first time I'm actually seeing this. I always said that Aura Cynthia, if I'm not mistaken, is the only one and only sync pair that can boost defenses +6. Like physical defense as well as special defense +6. Arezu with Splendid Victory Dance, when you have no sync buffs yet, so you want to use this buddy move as early as possible, like probably the very first move, it will raise your attack, your defense, your special attack, your... My mistake, there's no special defense, but your attack, your defense, your special attack, and speed stat maxed out with just one buddy move that has no downsides. There is no move gauge requirement. You just have to use this once at the very start of the battle, and that's it. And the best thing about this one is that she has built-in impervious, so your stats cannot be lowered by the opponent. So you only have to have someone raise your special defense stat, and that's that. This is such a crazy buddy move that is super nice, and your stats are just maxed out in just the very first turn. Last but not the least, you have just thought this up. It will lower your sync move count on -2, and then it will raise your physical moves up next effect +10 when your physical moves up next effect is increased. And the same thing goes with the special moves up next effect +10 when your special moves up next effect is increased. How do you raise those physical moves up next effect and special moves up next effect? Well, by using either Leaf Storm or Seed Bomb. Remember that, you know, when you use either Leaf Storm or Seed Bomb, you get to choose whether you want a physical moves break effect or a special moves break effect. After that, you will lower the opponent's defense or special defense, and then you will give yourself either a physical moves up next effect +3 or a special moves up next effect +3. I would do it something like this. If I want to have the opponent with a, you know, the opponent, this sync pair has a special attack or special sync move. So I'd probably use Leaf Storm, give the opponent a special moves break effect, give myself a special moves up next effect +3, and then I keep it there. I go Seed Bombing. I will not give the opponent a physical moves up next effect, but I will get myself a physical moves up next effect +3. So Leaf Storm gave me special moves up next effect +3. Seed Bomb gave me physical moves up next effect +3. Then I use Just Thought This Up. And then it will max out my physical moves up next effect because it is raised, and it will also max out my special moves up next effect because my special moves up next effect is raised. And so my next attack is gonna be 400% stronger. And that's that. This is quite a very, very, very sprint and very strong sync pair. And I really like this. The only thing missing with this is probably, you know, aside from giving yourself physical moves up next effect and special moves up next effect, I'd love it if there was a sync moves up next effect +10 together with this one. But you have a built-in passives, or you have a built-in multiplier for your sync move, and that is the higher your speed stat is, the stronger your sync move is gonna be. Remember, your speed stat is gonna be maxed out your very first turn if you use Splendid Victory Dance, and that will just max out this multiplier. And every single one of your opponents will be hit with a critical hit. And by 6-starring in this sync pair, you will get to lower your sync move countdown -3, unlocking the EX roll, hit every single opponent. This sync pair is quite strong. And personally, I am at hall number 30 of the Grass Towers in Paseo Towers, and I have not uploaded a single video in quite a long time for that one. And maybe Arezu is my solution to that challenging haul because I'm lazy to try out different methods. Maybe Arezu will prove that it will be easy to finish that haul. Maybe. I do not know. But because, you know, the opponent, you know, the Johto trio uses special attacks quite a lot. And as you can see over there, Arezu cannot exactly raise her special defense. So I might need someone else to help me with that. Help me out, Carmine, Arezu, and who else? And let's see how things will work. Probably Carmine, Arezu, and maybe Mix Red. I'm really curious how that will work. Mix Red can poison the opponent. Mix Red can debuff the opponent's offenses, debuff the opponent's special defense as well. And, you know, that might be a very good combo. Plus, Mix Red can give grassy terrain. So, we'll see how that works. But anyway, guys, that's just the beginning. We haven't even talked about the, you know, sync grid yet. So, let's talk about it right now. Unflappable at 1 out of 5. Boo. 2 out of 5, Gobsmack 9. Just thought this up, hit and heal 9 might be very helpful. Leaf Storm move gauge refresh, Natural Remedy, Quick Cure move gauge refresh 3, Solar Shield, Trainer move allied full move gauge up 9, Trip up 9 to lower the opponent's speed stat. Pretty okay, pretty mediocre. 3 out of 5. Brain Power, the higher special attack stat is raised, the stronger your sync move is gonna be. You can max out your special attack quite easily. So that's that. Hit. Sync move boost up to 9. Raises the user's attack. Wait a minute. I think... Wait, no. That's wrong. I made a mistake and it's kind of too late to change that. But let me see if I can do something about it right now. And I want to correct that because it's wrong. Arezu and Lilligant, hit, sync, move. Where the heck is that? Is that a 3 out of 5? 3 out of 5. Hit sync moves. Oh, there it is, guys. So let me correct that for you guys. Exit. Let me change that. Okay. So, every time you attack an opponent, you get to raise your sync move up next effect +2. And that's another multiplier. If you hit the opponent like 5 times using Arezu, it will max out your sync moves up next effect. That's the multiplier that I'm looking for with the trainer move earlier. Anyway, just thought this up. Trainer move, team free move next 9. Ordinary. Leaf Storm hit, special attack down to 9. Okay, making Arezu a special attack debuffer as well as Seed Bomb hit attack down to 9, making Arezu a physical attack debuffer as well. We have ramming speed. The higher speeds that is, the stronger normal attacks are gonna be. And Strong Start 3, at the start of the battle, you get to raise your physical moves up next effect and special moves up next effect +3. And if you get this, you know, you can just use your buddy move first and then use jump straight to using your trainer move, and that will just max out your physical moves up next effect and special moves up next effect if you prefer to do it this way. I don't want to raise my physical moves up next effect and special moves up next effect that high at the very start of the battle, because the higher sync buffs are, the stronger your attacks are gonna be. I'd rather wait a little bit, for me, I guess. And then you have 3 power-up tiles for your sync move. 2 power-up tiles for 25 power and 1 plus 50 power. You can get really, really strong with Arezu and Lilligant over here. 4 out of 5. Your first sync move, team physical boost 2. First sync move, team special boost 2. Pretty mediocre in my opinion for this one. I am gonna skip. 5 out of 5. Is this good? Hit, physical boost up 1 and special boost up 1, 9. Whenever I attack the opponent, any attack, I will get physical boost up 1 or special boost up 1. So I can just choose either Leaf Storm or Seed Bomb, and I can ignore the other one if I want to. And then I can use my trainer move for the reasons I explained earlier. And last but not the least, you have Trainer Sync Redemption 1. Restores 1 MP for your trainer move after you use your sync move. And that is a sync move countdown -2, as well as physical moves up next effect +10 and special moves up next effect +10, making it a nice finisher for whatever battle you have. So 5 out of 5 in my opinion is nothing super duper crazy and super necessary. 3 out of 5 is amazing for this sync pair. You get to unlock 2 additional multipliers as well as some debuffing capabilities. I think by having those 100 power increase, Arezu will just become like a super hard hitter for her sync move. You have multipliers for that. You have a built-in inertia, and 3 out of 5 will just unlock brain power as well as sync move boost, as well as some power-up tiles, making her extremely good and extremely strong. Again, I would probably give her either Critical Strike 2 or Super Duper Effect, not Super Duper Effective 3, but Super Powered 3. But yeah, that's Arezu, guys. Very strong grass type sync pair. Let me know what you think about this sync pair. I'm looking forward to scouting. I'm really happy that Hisui is finally getting some love, more love, because I just cosplayed Garrick and nobody has commented on that video. So, go watch the cosplay. I'm not exactly 100% satisfied with my performance. I'm kind of cringing actually when I watch it because I did not exactly practice that much. I was working on the background video, and when I saw how I did, I was off sync. And I'm like, what the heck? I hate myself, but it's over. I got second place, which for a lot of reasons, I'm kind of relieved I got second because there's some drama happening right now, which I hope that will end. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Support me on Coffee, support me on Patreon, support me on by clicking on the join button, and I'll see you in my scouts. Bye-bye. Rawr.